welcome back. And today I just kind of I'm doing a little short review of Ouran Host Club Volume 1. And Tamaki, and I'm going to actually do a little bit of comparison. So I'm going to talk about Ouran Host Club, and I'm going to talk about One Piece, which I know is the weirdest probably combo I could come up with. But there's a character in this that is like Sanji, which is Tamaki. And I was watching Elbath, and I was thinking about how Tamaki and Sanji are represented in the anime versus in the manga, and how these authors really tame down these characters, but how anime really, I feel like, ruins these type of characters, which is, I think they're supposed to be more suave. I think they're supposed to be more not in your face, flirtatious, hearts in your eyes, bloody nose. We know the tropes of this type of character. What I've always liked about Tamaki, rewatching Ouran Host Club as much as I have, is just his understanding of women and what women want. And I think that is what, as women watching shoujo, really represent with, is that most of these are written by women for women. So when you're talking about the men that are written for shoujo, they're the most idealistic boyfriend you'll ever have. It's like a power fantasy but for women. You can put your yourself in Haruhi really easily. What Ouran Host Club is about is Haruhi is a new student. She is a scholarship student in this very rich high school, and she is trying to find a place to study, and she runs into the host club. What a host club is a bunch of men, usually trying to please women, and it's, you have your certain host that represents your ideal man, and Haruhi breaks one of their vases, and now she is a host. And the shenanigans that they get into, they finally figure out she's a girl. That takes them a while. But she doesn't care. It's really funny. And shoujo does this extremely well. The idealistic man that would never hurt a woman type of thing. There is a couple weird episodes in Ouran Host Club where there is a couple questionable scenes. This was written, I think, in the early 2000s or something like that. So there is a lot of iffy conversations. Yeah, 2005. And then I think, in Japan it was they're saying 2022. Yeah, 2005 is when this started. So there's a lot of discussions that are outdated about gayness and being straight and what is a woman, what is a man. A lot of that is outdated in this. I'm going to tell you that right now. But what I wanted to compare this to was Sanji and how he's represented in the manga and in the anime. Sanji is definitely Tamaki, at the best form. If you're a manga reader of One Piece, like, I could tell, like, the people that read Sanji and the people that watch Sanji. Because manga, like, one, these are people, like, when you're talking about authors, like, they know what they're doing with these characters. Where an anime still is representing a piece of material. And I feel like Sanji is, like, way overdone. Like, his thing with not hitting women and, like, being the suave character just does not hit in the anime. And I kind of blame them a little bit, because I think they just don't like doing the character, which is fair. Like, it's fair that, you know, a lot of these artists have probably had to deal with writing anime Sanji for so long that they're probably tired of this character and his shenanigans. So they're probably like, well, if we do it bad in the anime, like, maybe Oda will kill him off, which I'm like, I really don't think Oda's gonna kill him off, like, just because you don't like doing it. But it really ruins some arcs for me when I'm talking about One Piece. Sorry guys, like, my battery's about to die. Ugh. Alright, we are charging. Okay, sorry guys. So Sanji's, like, an interesting character because I feel like at the beginning it was pretty close. Like, I haven't read the manga from the beginning. I am tempted to, maybe once everything is done, maybe to go back. But I feel like he's represented really well until you get to Fishman Island. And then I think this is when the shenanigans started. Because Fishman Island for Sanji is his worst arc ever. I think there's not really any good fights with him in Fishman Island. Like, it's like he is in his own paradise, but, like, the rest of us are like, I want this done and I want this done now. Like, we need to get to someplace else. And all the scenes with Sanji are not really good, and I think it really brings Fishman Island down, period, for me being a Sanji fan. And actually, Fishman Island, I really changed my mind about Zoro. I think Zoro is, in my opinion, a better overall written character that Oda's done that hasn't gotten a backstory. Or a little backstory. I think Sanji getting the 2-part backstory, okay, maybe it was needed because, you know, it was really well done, it was really good, but I'm just like, Zoro not getting the same treatment in Wano was a big slap in the face, because I just don't think Sanji is written in such a way where he could be, and this is where the live action, and I'm really hoping that the remake really gets this character, because tame him down, make him more suave, like, give him that opportunity to still be flirtatious, but have class about it. And I think that's really what Oda is trying to say, but is having a very hard time with this character. Going back to Ouran, like, he has his ridiculous moments, but he is a class act. And this is where I think Oda needs to really take from Ouran Host Club. Like, I don't even know if, like, Oda knows what this is. Because he's kind of in the separate realm. But the way Tamaki is written, and when we finally get Tamaki's backstory, which is so, like, it's like the last little bit of the show when we finally get his backstory and everything. Like, Oda basically doesn't make you, like, wait for, like, the first backstory of anybody. In all honesty. Minus Robin. Like, Robin, like, takes a while, and then when we finally figure out, okay. But that was, like, the first character, like, I felt like I had to wait for their backstory. Everybody else, I was like, oh, thanks. Like, the backstory is up front. Like, I don't have to question anything. Like, Sanji's backstory, like, the first one is kind of sad, but doesn't really explain why he's, like, the way he is. Minus a few quotes. And then when you finally figure it out, it's like, I still feel like that doesn't represent, like, they have a similar backstory. Like, Tamaki's mom gets really sick, and he's part of a rich family, and they don't treat him very well. It's a similar thing to Sanji's second backstory in Whole Cake Island. But they do that. He's a class act. Sanji has hearts in his eyes, bloody nose all the time, and is like a major kind of a womanizer in some ways. Like, I always feel like I don't think Oda wants to do him that way. I think Oda is trying to make him as suave as possible. His major thing is he doesn't hit women. And that's supposed to come off as very genuine, very sweet, and everything. But at the same time, it's the thing that I love about Zoro so much is that line that he's like, I don't care you're a woman, I'm going to treat you as an equal. And I feel like Sanji doesn't come off that way. Like, and that's the thing with Tamaki too, is that as much as he wants to protect Haru, is as much as he's learning that she can take care of herself. Where you have Sanji that I feel like if you have Nami or you have Robin, like, they still need to be protected in his eyes. Where, like, I honestly, Robin, like, has proven herself so much, but we have the issue with Shonen that I do not like is, like, they get their scenes of fantastic. And I love that heroines exist because of the factor that I still don't think Oda is willing to break his thing and give them the shine that they need. Until, like, Elbath with Nami, with Zeus, and her control over Zeus is amazing. Like, when we compare it to when she got him in Whole Cake Island and now in Elbath, like, it's amazing. But you can also see Sanji, like, pretty much in protective mode, like, every time, like, there's a woman. And it's not a bad thing, but it's just, like, these women are almost your equals. Like, in intelligent wise, like, Robin, Nami are your equals. They're just not powerhouses. Like, I think if Robin went into, like, her devil form more, like, she would be a powerhouse. But these are not women that you always have to protect. Like, jump on the sidelines and see what they can do. And I think that's the thing that shoujo gets really well, is the way women are written. And these authors have been writing women for almost as long as I think shoujo and shonen have been, like, competing for a while. Shoujo has really taken a backseat. Like, I am going to say, like, I watched Fruit Basket last year, but, like, the remake was in 2019. I can't of a show recently that's in shoujo that has really made it big. Like, it's mostly shonen and like a couple other type of like slice of life that's been coming out, but this like shoujo by itself like hasn't really like broken realms. Like Yona of the Dawn is like another example, like, you know, really good manga, but the anime is like stopped. And that's also the problem with shoujo, is like it seems like it gets canceled faster, even though I think this is just as good. And Tamaki's written better than probably one of the biggest characters, which is Sanji. And that's coming from somebody that I love Sanji so much. I think he is a beautiful character. If the anime did him justice, if Oda could figure out how to write this character like closer to the live action, he would be so much love. There would be so much love for Sanji. I think he would even get as much love as I feel like Zoro does. Like, the wings of the wings of the captain should be so equal. In strength, in love, in respect, but Sanji just takes the sideline, and to the point where like a lot of people say maybe it's Jinbei, but I'm like, no, because the wings of the captain should be close to the original members of the crew. Like, I know Sanji was the last one, but at the same time, I really do think like he is a wing. He is very powerful. It's just we don't get to see that as an audience. And I really actually don't even get to. I don't even really think that the world of One Piece really respects him, because like his poster has him with like hearts in his eyes and stuff, and I'm like, no, that's not the Sanji I want to be represented. Like, I want a suave, just leans against a wall, smokes a cigarette, like a noir kind of Sanji, that I feel like we get really in like Water 7 with him following Robin around. Like, I really think like that character could be written like that. And I still feel like he could have his comic moments of it, but I'm watching like the later, like past the time skip, and I'm like, that's where the humor is, and I'm like, no, I think we need to go back to the original humor and everything. But anyways, like and subscribe. I am gonna have some more reviews. I'm gonna talk about Yona of the Dawn a little bit. I have a review of The Pit, and a couple other things. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!